Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this fun green and gold marble nail design. Marble is such a classic nail design. I mean, it goes with anything and everything, and you can do it with any colors, so it's just so much fun. And I love doing different marbles in different colors and just kind of creating different designs with like the same theme, but they always come out so different because you can't ever really repeat the exact same marble, especially if you're doing it by hand. I mean, maybe if you have like a foil or a stick or something, but if you're doing it with just a bunch of gels or polishes and mixing them together, they always look so different. So it's like you never get the exact same design twice, and I think that's what makes it really, really cool and super fun. So over here on the palette, I'm just placing down the colors that I'm using for the marble over here, and I'm going to use this dotting tool to just kind of mix up the colors together, kind of create like a little bit of a striping pattern, and then I am going to place it down on top of this nail over here, and I'm using blooming gel to kind of help the marble flow a little bit better and like kind of merge into each other. I've never used blooming gel with marble before. I've only recently started using blooming gel, and I wanted to see how it would go with a marble design because I've always only ever created marbles without it. So I wanted to see if it made a difference, how much of a difference. So I just picked up like a scoop of the mixed gel on the palette with an ombre brush, and I just place it down into the blooming gel, and I let it sit for a little bit. I let it spread out, let it seep into each other, and then I cured it. And I'm doing the same here on this nail as well. I'm sorry, I'm a bit out of camera, but I'm really not doing much. I'm just placing down the gel on the nail and kind of just mixing it up together a little bit to create this wavy marble design. And now on these two nails over here, I'm going to do like an isolated marble design. I'm not going to do it over the whole thing. So I started with a matte top coat, and then again using the blooming gel kind of to create the initial layer of where I want the gels to go. And between each of the marbles, I'm pretty much making a new like mix of gel on the palette so that I can kind of get the exact colors that I want, and just adding in. So over here, I just wanted to add in a bit more gold and just kind of throwing them in as needed. That's one of the best things about marble and the marble design. It's that you can just kind of like dump a bunch of colors on the nail, kind of swirl it a little bit, and it always looks great. And I'm going to do a similar design over here on this nail, but I'm doing a marble design around the cuticle and then towards the tip of the nail as well, and just kind of creating it on like a slight angle on curve. And I really love how it came out. I think using the blooming gel really did make a difference. The colors just kind of blended a lot more softly together. Sometimes when I've done it without the blooming gel, sometimes the colors almost don't really like melt together, and you can really see a stark difference between the colors, even though they look really pretty and it looks really beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with doing a marble design without blooming gel. That's how I've done it until now, and it always comes out beautiful. But there's something different with the blooming gel. The colors really just like almost melt into each other and create very seamless blend. So it really depends on what kind of look you're going for. If you want the colors to be a little bit more individual, or if you want them to be a little bit more melty. I mean, there's really no wrong way to do it. It's personal preference completely, but I did notice that the blooming gel did make a difference. So that was something that I was interested to see, because that's kind of what I was using the blooming gel for the first time in this kind of context. So I was happy to see that it did make a bit of a difference. Now on this nail over here, I'm going to do a chrome. So I'm using a no-wipe top coat. This one's from Beetles. I love this one. And I cure it in the lamp for 15 seconds before going in with chrome. I'm going to use this green chrome over here. I know that a lot of people cured their no-wipe top coat in the lamp for 30 seconds for a chrome, but I found that that was like a little too much time. And sometimes the chrome would come out a little bit chunky and wouldn't be as smooth. And you saw over there, it was so smooth and so reflective. It was like looking into a mirror. So I found that 15 seconds just worked better for me and for this top coat. It's been the same with other top coats as well. 15 seconds is just what seems to work for me. And I'm doing the same thing with the chrome here on this nail. So I am just using a small liner brush and some of the top coat, and I'm just kind of creating like a curvy outline along the marble. And over here I'm creating sort of like an outline, not making it too perfect. I want it to be a little bit squiggly. I want it to really feel like it flows with the natural organic flow of the marbles. And then over here I'm just going to rub on this gold chrome. And what I do with these nails when I'm doing like an isolated chrome is I put down the chrome. I don't really worry about it getting onto the rest of the nail because I did matte top coat the nail before doing the chrome. So if you're not matte top coating before doing chrome, you want to be a little bit more careful, more precise with where you're placing the chrome, because it can stick to anything that's just even the slightest bit tacky. And then what I do is I put it back into the lamp. As you can see here, it came out really beautiful. I put it back into the lamp, cure it for a full 60 seconds, and then I use alcohol on a lint-free pad to wipe off the chrome that didn't stick and that was on the matte surface, and that way it just stays put and the chrome stays where it's supposed to be and it doesn't ruin the rest of the nail design. And then on this nail here, I'm just doing a really simple crystal nail placement. I did an AB crystal that's like the slightly like colorful crystal in the center, and then I'm just doing a pattern of darker and lighter green rhinestones on either side, and then I'm going to, in between those, put on these tiny little caviar beads. What this kind of ended up looking like, which wasn't my initial plan, I was kind of just making this up as I went along. I didn't have an exact idea of what kind of crystal placement I wanted to do, so I just kind of made it up once I was up to it. It kind of looked like a tiara a little bit in my mind. I don't know, maybe like there was something about the placement of it. I'm not sure if maybe it's because I've seen jewelry or a crown or something that looked like this at some point in my life. Definitely not recently, so I don't really know where it came from. But there was something about it that just looked like a tiara or a beautiful like crystal encrusted belt or something. There was something about it that just looked very royal to me. I don't know why. I don't know why that concept came to mind, but it just looked like a beautiful headpiece of some sort, and I really love how it came out. I think it just added like this tiny touch of glamour to the nail that was initially not supposed to necessarily be like dramatic or glamorous. I mean, marble is beautiful and stuff like that, but with the colors I was choosing, I expected it to kind of feel a little bit more rustic. That was kind of the initial idea that I had. I wanted it to feel a little bit rustic, a little bit bohemian. And then once I added this crystal placement to these two nails here, it just took on a totally different vibe, and I think that it was so interesting to see because it was a very simple crystal placement. As you can see here, I'm just going in with top coat, but somehow it just changed the entire feel of the whole nail set, and I thought that was really cool. I mean, crystal placement can really change the look of your nails, and even if you don't do anything major, even if you just add like a small little flower or a tiny little crystal enhancement, it really just adds so much and really just created a totally different look than what I was going for, and I actually love it because now it's just so, I don't know, I don't really know what to call it, but I love how it came out. The shiny top coat definitely brought the rest of the nail set to life. I think it's really cool. Definitely not initially what I had in mind for the feel of the design, but I think it definitely came out really cool. Let me know your thoughts and your comments down in the let me know your thoughts on this set down in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!